2018 fandom feature, I only thought that it was appropriate to talk about a specific movie on two accounts. One, because of the fact that it is just about time to start a new baseball season, and I'm really excited for that. But more importantly, this is the 25th anniversary of one of the most beloved sports films of all time. And as far as I'm concerned, no matter what you talk about when it comes to sports biopics or legendary moments in sports history, The Sandlot, for me, is the greatest sports film of all time. This movie stars greats like Dennis Leary, Karen Allen, and of course the great James Earl Jones, but it's not about these characters. These are just the big names. The main focus of this movie is about kids, particularly one named Scotty Smalls, who moves to California in the early 1960s, and he's this really nerdy, shut-in kind of kid that doesn't really have many friends, and his mom basically says, you're in a new neighborhood, you're about to start summer vacation, it's time for you to go out there and make some new friends. And he happens to bump into a boy named Benny Rodriguez, who is passionate about America's pastime, baseball. And even though Scotty had never thrown or caught a baseball in his life, he just saw something that drew him to this sport and drew him to Benny and his 7 friends who played the game just for the love of playing the game on this Sandlot. And this is a movie that is more than just about baseball. It's about friendship, it's about coming of age, it's about conquering your fears. The one thing that I will say that I truly regret is the fact that when this film came out in 1993, I didn't want to see this movie in theaters because I blamed the marketing. It was terrible marketing. The trailers, the TV spots, nothing truly prepared me for this true plot of this film. So when this movie came out on VHS, my brother rented it from Blockbuster Video. Yes, we're going really, really back in regards to how we watched movies back in the day. And I was actually out the night my brother rented it. But when I came home, my brother ran up to me and said, "You have to see this movie. It is so cool." And ever since I saw it, I have never looked back. This movie has got everything to make one of the most perfect family films of all time. Great chemistry amongst the kids, great moments, great lines that you will say for the rest of your life. I mean, you can't spot someone in your life who says, "You're killing me, Smalls," and not know where that line is from. It's also got some really hilarious, over-exaggerated things about the boy's fear of the neighbor's dog and that it eats children and it steals baseballs, but there are also so many amazing things outside of that that makes this movie great. There's also a fantastic soundtrack. The fact that it takes place in the 1960s really makes it all the more special because it's really something that I think that we are sort of craving. Because we're now in a time where we are tethered to our devices and we're constantly playing with video games and looking at things on screens of all sorts, this was a time when if kids wanted to have fun, they would just go out, gather their friends together, and just do stuff in the big, great outdoors and in the fresh air. And that's something I truly am embracing these days. I'm not going out there and trying to find a whole bunch of people to play baseball with, but there are days where I just know that if it's a sunny day, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get some fresh air and just appreciate the world around me. It was a time of innocence. It was a time where having your friends was the most important thing in the world, and everything that you loved in your childhood was just so sacred and dear to you. And I really feel that that is something that we've sort of lost in society today, especially among children, and I really feel that The Sandlot is a great way to remind you of simpler times as a child enjoying things that you love. If you have not seen The Sandlot, I am telling you that you are missing out on one of the greatest films of all time. It is so great. I have seen this movie I don't even know how many times, but I have owned it for years, and the fact that this movie is still as strong from a fan perspective going into its 25th anniversary, it just makes me so happy to know that this still is, to many, one of the greatest family films of all time. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please check out The Sandlot if you haven't, and leave your comments in the box below. I would love to talk about this amazing movie with you guys. And if you're a baseball fan and you're watching, I'm hoping that you're enjoying the new season for whichever team you are rooting for this year. Take care. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.